Welcome back to another Backpage Gaming video. Today we are showing you the custom tactics that I used the other day to go unbeaten in FUT Champs playoffs. I'm joined by Rob. Say hello, Rob.
Hello everyone, how are you all today?
Hopefully they are good. So Rob, as I said, I went unbeaten. I've got proof as well for the viewers. Here we are. You can see my lovely face in the top right corner. 32 out of 32. Incredible performance by me, if I do say so myself, Rob.
Yeah, it's a solid performance from you, mate.
Thank you.
So before this week, if you're not aware, we were standing the 4-1-2-1-2.
Yes.
We were all over it. Jack decided to switch it up to a 4-4-2. I don't know where you got the inspiration from.
I don't either. I think I'd seen everyone playing 4-2-3-1. Listen, the Elite Division boys is sweaty, as you can imagine. And I had a big losing streak with a team, and you know when you second guess everything on FIFA, that was me. And I'm like, is the formation wrong? Is the players wrong? Is it me? Is it them? Is it the instructions? So
You're having an AA9 skills style breakdown.
Literally, yeah. I thought to myself, listen, what do I know is always good? 4-4-2 is the most balanced formation you can think of, really.
I thought you were going to say Brexit then.
No, definitely not. Although, is it? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
But with a twist. The more defensive variant, Rob. 4-4-2-2.
Yeah. Just quickly, before we get into the tactics, if you're not already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Daily content coming. Ding that notification bell.
Absolutely.
Carry on, Jack.
Thank you. So, this is how the team lines up. I will be talking about the type of players you want to after the custom tactics and player instructions.
Yeah.
Simply to give you guys a bit of an idea on the type of team you should be building. Tactics-wise, Rob, these are what FIFA give you as a default.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't think they're that far away. I've got them up on my phone.
No, not really, no.
Just in case I forgot. I think sometimes we all trick ourselves into making it too complicated.
Definitely, yeah.
So, width, you've got down on 40, and depth on 50.
Pretty standard, yeah, to be honest.
It's that simple, honestly. You want your width a little bit lower, so you're a bit more compact.
You're naturally quite wide, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So your fullbacks kind of do a bit more work themselves. They run left, run right, do that. And then attacking style, Rob, we've got balanced once again. I find that fast build-up, a lot of people play, but for me, I just think your players get out of position too much, especially strikers, in my opinion. Playing balanced just keeps it, as the name intends, balanced.
Yeah,
not
balanced.
Too fast,
you can sort
of slow.
dictate the way you want to play each game.
Yeah.
With like triggering runs, changing your tactics in game and stuff like that. For me, it's the best way personally. If you're playing someone who presses, you want to get it round the press more. If you're playing someone who sits back, you maybe want to like hold it a bit more. There's no two ways. There's no like set way to play. If that makes sense, you can mix.
No,
it up.
I agree. I think this year the meta, like we say, is in terms of player, it's pretty set, but in terms of play style, it's kind of all over the place. You can use any formation.
It's the most open it's been.
Yeah, if you can play a formation well, you can play that formation if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I think more so than in previous years. Like you could only really play 4-2-3-1 in some years, whereas I think this one's the most open. So direct passing is one of the new chance creation things, and I think it is the best one. I see most custom tactics videos do use direct passing.
Yeah.
I just find that like your players just take up such good positions. I mean, obviously it says on the strikers who are fast with a good attacking position attribute are best at this tactic. And most of the players that you're going to be using have got high position in touch wood.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not just like it says. Like it suggests that our players will create chances by making runs for passing into space. I think often they drop back into space and they just have a bit more intelligence. They just play a bit smarter, not so stupid as they sometimes can be.
Yeah.
Width, you keep on 50. Listen, the reason as to why you're playing 4-4-2 is you want width. You want to get it out to your wingers, create space, drag those fullbacks out of position.
Yeah.
Drag CDMs out of the position as well, and generally make them commit a man to somewhere where they don't want to. If you're down in the wings, you're naturally going to have more space in the middle, which is probably what was annoying me the most, Rob, about 4-1-2-1-2. I don't know how you felt about it, but for me, I found that sometimes the middle got really congested against better players that could just overload the middle.
Definitely, yeah. What I found first of all switching to 4-4-2 was just like the overlaps. Like I found attacking with my fullbacks more than I normally would, and particularly the wingers. Like say if if they're overloading the ball side, it's like a quick switch of play to the other side. You pretty much through like for a nice cross or pass into the box. It is fun to use, and you score different types of goals to what you normally would playing a narrow formation, it made it fun, to be honest with you. Yeah,
I think one thing that you've got to do is be a bit more patient sometimes with your attacks in 4-4-2.
Yeah.
And kind of like don't. For me, when I started using it, I was kind of like, I don't know if this is for me, but I stuck with it, and I've really taken to it now. It's my favourite formation at the minute. Post patch, might I add.
Yeah.
I don't, do I believe that the patches have changed some of the formations a little bit? Maybe. I don't think the 4-2-2 is as good as it was. I think the 4-2-3-1 is better than it was. But in terms of the last couple of tactics, player in the box, 4, and then mainly because you don't want your 2 centre mids committing too much.
Yeah.
Corners and free kicks is kind of up for dispute. You can do whatever you really want. Instructions now. This, we don't get complicated here, Rob.
No, yeah. I think previous times we have a little bit gone too far into it, reading a bit too much into
trying
it.
to be a bit too smart, perhaps.
Yeah, we're just doing a Cal the Dragon. Keep it simple.
Definitely keep it simple. Pull an Astrid wet. He does his business, doesn't he, Mr. Cal the Dragon?
He does, yeah.
Strikers keep on default. There's nothing wrong with them. You definitely don't want getting behind. It's not good this year. I can't remember. I saw one pro. I think it was it Ranners maybe, I think, or Gorilla, I can't remember, recommending against getting behind in general, saying that it made your players go offside a lot more. And I do agree with that. So keep them just on balance. You don't want them to stay forward. You don't want them to come back. You just want them to stay there. They drop back a bit naturally anyway, especially players that have got high, like good playmaking skills. Like if I'm Neymar, drop back quite a bit.
Yeah.
CDMs, this is where we change. Stay back and cover centre.
Yeah.
The absolute classics. Now, left mid and right mid. Some people want come back. Some people get into the box. No. Not here. Not on this channel. We just keep them on default. There's no reason to change any of this. They are perfect as they are. For me, I found Vinicius Jr. especially really thrived in this formation. He scored a lot of goals. Did a lot of damage, and I didn't change a single instruction on him, Rob. I don't know how you feel about your wingers. Obviously, you said they got a bit more involved, didn't they?
Yeah, I didn't think you needed to change anything, really. They helped in the defence. They were there on the attack. You need people, I think, with high stamina. Obviously, it's not like a 3-back formation, but they do chip in with the dirty.
They're kind of everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
I think, pardon me, sorry, come back on defence does just keep them a little bit too deep, whereas you want them to be able to quickly contribute to the attack and overload, like Rob said. Your fullbacks is on stay back and stay back. None of this overlap, underlap, step up rubbish. I think stay back. It's an old faithful, isn't it? It's the most faithful tactic known to man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's no reason to change it. But Rob, those are the instructions. Those are the tactics. Now we're going to go through the men. The personnel that you want in the formation in this positions.
Yeah.
Centre backs fast, shock.
Pretty standard.
Full backs. Now, I'm a big fan of, against players that you know you're better than, which happens quite a lot, using attacking fullbacks. On the little D-pad.
Yeah.
I think it's up and left, or up and right. I can't remember now. But they're really handy because you don't have to take them off, stay back, and you can kind of just use it at your leisure.
Yeah.
I think it's important to get players that are fast. It's such a theme in FIFA.
Yeah.
You want a fast player here, you want a fast player there. Oh, you want a fast player there, and there. So the fullbacks having a bit about them maybe in terms of dribbling and passing wise is really helpful.
Yeah.
Simply because that big through ball to your wingers is on quite often.
Yeah, like your RBY driven down the line. Yeah.
Yes. Wingers, faster the better. Genuinely. As you can see, I've got Diatta and Vinicius. They don't particularly need to be like amazing players, to be honest with you. I think you can get these are the two positions where you can get away with someone cheaper, definitely.
Yeah, just someone quick and nimble, really.
Faster's got like a decent ish shot or a decent pass on them. Bit of skills is nice, but I don't think you need to spend much. Diatta was 30k for me, and he does the business absolutely. Now, Rob, onto the two positions I think are the most demanding in this formation. You've got your CDMs and your strikers. CDMs, as you can see, I've actually got a bit of a rogue partnership. I've got Fofana and Ripart.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Bit of a budget one. Fofana's not even his player of the month. It's his bloody
Yeah.
inform that I've got untradeable from the start of the game. And Rippart cost me like 12k. So
Yeah.
I am scraping the barrel. But, Rob, I love them. I absolutely bloody love them. They are just animals. They are
I have heard
all
good
over the
things
pitch.
about Rippard, to be honest.
Yeah, Rippart and this Fofana, Fofana is that good that I'm genuinely thinking about doing his player of the month just off using this one. As you can see, he's very well rounded. High. Both Rippart and him are both high. You can see
That definitely helps.
They're not popped up with much in terms of goals contributions, but you don't really want. They don't need to do that. They want to break up the play and get up the pitch in terms of getting. I'd be interested, Rob, to see their key passes and see how many they'd got.
Definitely, yeah.
I imagine it's a lot
I
more.
wish you could see stuff like that on the players.
And they're tracking it, so you want a solid player as per the trait almost. But you just want two players that are very box to box. Like Llorente is a good choice. Barrella's a good choice. If you did that, Verratti probably a decent one.
Yeah.
There's loads. This is my controversial take. I don't think you want players like KDB or Bruno here.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think you want ones that are really well rounded. Whereas I think KDB is like an attacking one.
Yeah.
And then you'd want a defensive one next to him. And I don't think that's. I think that's the mistake that I've made before in the 4-4-2. You don't want that. You don't want to have one that can only go forward and one that can only go back. You want two that are just very well rounded.
Like
Fofana.
Yeah, Goretzka and Llorente.
Yeah, they'd be a really good partnership. They break up the play more than anything, and then disperse the ball out to your wingers quite a bit. So having decent-ish passing is nice, but as you can see, Rippart's only got 80 passing on the short and long, which isn't, it's not massive. Fofana's got a bit better.
Yeah.
But it's not end of the world. And then, Rob, striker. Yes. Now, obviously, I'm blessed in having an untradeable Cantona.
Yeah.
And then also Neymar up top. I think you want a 5-star weak foot guy at least on wherever you need. In my opinion, I think it's so helpful. Or a player that's got really good that's got a good weak foot in game.
Yeah. It
just allows you so much more freedom, especially at the left striker role. Like for me, Neymar can just do so much. He can score, he can pass, he can just do everything. Yeah. And then having Cantona next to him, he's got a bit of a presence, the P word, and he can, he can win a header, he can chest the ball down, he can hold the ball up, which I think, by the way, Rob, is very important.
It is, definitely. It's to get your wingers involved as well. Question, Jack, for the viewers' sakes and my sake as well, to be honest. If you had a player without 5-star weak foot, say you've got a righty and a lefty, which would you play on which side?
For me, I'd play the lefty on the left now.
Okay, I think across the box, across the
keeper shots for a striker, I think are more important. For your wingers, I think it's the other side. I think it's the other way around. I think the finesse shots from outside the box are still really powerful.
Yeah.
And then just generally their positioning from cutting in, they're more of an angle that's favourable for a finesse. I think so.
Because crossing's not that usable, really.
Not really. I think you've really got to be good at crossing to make it part of your game, if that makes sense. And I'm not, so I don't. You saw in the Vinicius Junior review. If you haven't watched it, go and check it out. There was only uploaded a few days ago. I scored a lot of goals cutting inside and then just finessing them in for him. Yeah. So it's a really good source of goals.
Yeah.
But in general, Rob, I think that about covers all my thoughts on the 4-4-2.
I like it, yeah. Big fan.
I think it's the best formation in the game at the minute.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, yeah. Maybe let us know what you think down in the comments if you've used the 4-4-2. If you use these tactics, let us know how you get on with them. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. If you want to see maybe a follow-up of this video of us using this formation in the FUT Champs finals, let us know. And I think that about covers it, Jack.
Definitely, mate. Like Rob said, like the vid, drop a sub. But until next time, I've been Jack.
I've been Robbie.
And we've been Backpage Gaming. We'll see you in the next one.
See you later.